So, what's been happening? I found out that I have sleep apnea, mad sleep apnea. And I went to the doctor first of all, and I was like, I am so confused. I don't know what's going on. I'm exhausted all the time. I sleep and I wake up and I'm tired. I don't have energy to do anything. And I gained 40 pounds in like 6 months and I didn't do anything different. Like, I think emotionally I was hit with a big bomb that like really, really hurt, and it was really tough to get through. And I'm still getting through it, and I feel like I'm coming through to the other side, and I'm like, okay, there's love and acceptance. There's some love and acceptance that I found for it. But other than that, I'm like, I'm not doing anything different. I don't eat different. I don't really work out different. Like, always the same. Why did I gain I gained 50 pounds. I was up to 250, and I'm pretty comfortable at 200. I was like, this is fine. 250, like that, I literally didn't step on a scale for like 6 months, right? And I got on it, and I was like, oh my God, what's going on? So the doctor is like, okay, I think you have PCOS, or I think you have sleep apnea. And I was like, what are you talking about? Sleep apnea? No, that's weird. So I go to the doctor, tell him my symptoms. I read about it a little more, find out, yeah, I mean, I didn't really put it together, but I have woken up a few times, gasping for air. I was like, probably not anything, it's fine. I started having really, really crazy nightmares that would like mess with me emotionally for like all day long. I'd wake up from it exhausted and just emotionally wrecked because the things that were happening in my nightmares were dark and like my very own personal nightmares. Thanks, brain. And I read that was a symptom. I read the like all these things were lining up, and I was like, do I have sleep apnea? No way. It's hereditary, and I have some people in my family that got the Darth Vader look in the nighttime, right? So I go and I take the sleep test, and the guy, before I take it, he's like, so this is an at-home sleep test. It's not the most accurate, but if it doesn't come back positive with all your symptoms, I'd like you to come back and I want you to do the test here because it's more accurate, and I think that you do have sleep apnea. So I'm like, okay. And this goes over like 3 months, right? And I'm just like, okay. So I go home, like 6 weeks later, I take this test because that's all the sooner I could get it. Then I get it, and then I have to wait like a month to go back in so they can tell me the results of my test. And they're like, yeah, you have mild sleep apnea. These are your choices. First, they tell me I have a small airway. So I was like, it was possible for me to get it anyway. And then they said if I lost 20 pounds, it would help it. And I'm like, cool, I agree. I'm working on it. I'm eating right food. I'm working out. I'm trying to be kind to myself. Like, I'm working on it. And then they're like, okay, yeah, you can have this medication, and it is for people, it's a GLP-1 for people who have sleep apnea and have a high BM. So I'm like, all right, bet I'll qualify for that. So I make a doctor's appointment, I get to it, and then the doctor's like, yep. And my doctor's not the greatest doctor. I need to find a new one, but that's a whole nother job itself. So she's like, yep, let's go. And she's like, do you already know about it, or do you want me to tell you about it? And I'm like, I know a little bit about it, but I'd love it if you told me about it too. She's like, okay. Tells me a little bit about it. Says, I'll prescribe you. I'm like, cool. I'm learning about it. I'm online. I'm searching. I'm like trying to figure out what there's to know about it. And my aunt's looking at it for me, and I'm like, okay, cool. Got a team, people going on, trying to like make sure this is a good choice. And get all the way through it, and I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And then I get a call from the insurance, and these guys are like, yeah, we don't cover any weight loss medications. And I'm like, oh, what do you mean? And they're like, no, it's excluded from our plan. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I called them quite a few times. I'm trying to talk to them. I'm like, maybe if I'm just the squeaky wheel, like I can come get through to them and like help, because this medication is like $350 a month for the smallest dose. And I guess that people have to go up in dose after a while. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I'm just thinking about all the things I could spend $350 on that I do not want to spend it on a medication, right? And I was really hopeful that my prescription, my insurance would be able to take care of it, but kind of hit a wall on that guy. And so I was like, okay, we're gonna keep on going. And there's a lot of doubts in my head that circle around, and they're like, you're never gonna be able to lose the weight, you're never gonna do this. But I also know that at one point, after I had a mental ball dropped on me, very similar to the one I had last year, that I gained almost this much weight. And I lost it all at one point. So I'm like, bro, I know you can do it. I know you know how to do it. I know you can do it. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna take a lot of commitment, and it's gonna take a lot of just like self-love. You have to love yourself for this, okay? So I was like, okay. So anyway, I end up getting, she's like, I'm so sorry. So the doctor is also like, when she told me I have sleep apnea, she's like, how do you feel about CPAP? And I had talked to a friend recently, and he was like, he had heard that I was getting tested for sleep apnea, and he was like, hey, yeah, I use a CPAP every night, and I got it because I snore, and my wife needed me to not snore. So I got it, and honestly, best sleep of my life. Takes a little while to get used to, but good sleep. And for me, I was like, good sleep? What is that? I would like some of that. And so I ended up, she was like, get a CPAP, and I was like, cool. So I ended up being able to get one. My aunt had one that she didn't use, and so I just got a new face mask, and I ended up being able to walk out of there, like, probably projected to spend $500, and that was with really good insurance coverage. I ended up being able to be gifted this CPAP, and then only have to buy the hose, because their dog chewed through it, and a new mask, because she had one that was like a pillow, but I'm a mouth breather, so I was like, and I just needed the whole, you know? It was $15. So I feel very blessed for that, to be the opportunity. And then last night was my first night with it, and all day long I was like, I'm so excited. Yeah, buddy, let's go. You know, I felt like it was Christmas, like real adult Christmas. And I was like, this is so cool. I'm so excited. Oh! And so I get home. Whoa, big change in lighting. Okay, I end up getting home and setting it up, and I'm like Darth Vadering it. I put on my cute little sleeping dress because I was like not feeling cute with the Darth Vader. Not that you need to be cute for sleep, but I kind of like it. It's kind of something I'm doing recently. Because I wake up and I'm like, bye. You know what I mean? So I end up wearing it. We went to bed late. It was like midnight by the time we went to bed, because we were both out doing stuff with some friends, and then came back and we watched a little Black Mirror, and so we get to sleep. I wake up in the middle of the night. My throat is like, my mouth was so dry, and this thing, it starts off going, and it can go up to like an air that pushes through. So I was like, oh my God. But the lady at the place told me I could turn up the humidity and the heat, because the hose that the air comes through actually has coils that heat it up. So I was like, okay, I know how to fix this. And it was kind of funky feeling on my face, and I was just like, I don't like it. But I ended up fixing that and then go back to sleep, because I was like, I'm gonna commit to like wearing this all night. I ended up waking up and I was like I feel good. So I take it off. And I'm like, I'm gonna go snuggle my mains. I wanna do that. So I went over and I just kind of relaxed next to him. And normally when I wake up, I'm exhausted. And I look at the clock on the machine and it says I only wore it for 6 hours. And then, you know, that wake up time where you're like kind of confused about life. I was like, how did I only wear this for 6 hours? Like, I'm pretty sure I wore it the whole night. No, that was the whole night. I woke up at about 6:30. Bro, I normally am peeling myself out of bed at 10. And I dislike it so much because I'm missing out on my day. And if I get up any earlier, like, I mean, yesterday I got up and I was using the CPAP, like, since I've been using the CPAP with just the nose things, because I just wanted the relief, you know? So I've been using it for a few nights, but this was the first night. Last night was the first where I, like, used it fully correctly, set to me and everything. But, I mean, the difference between the last few nights, only being able to wear that thing for, like, 2 hours was incredible. Where I was like, okay, I feel a little bit better. And so wearing that the whole night, I was like, oh my gosh, this is cool. So I wake up and I go over, lay next to him, and then I'm just snuggling and I'm just thinking about life. And I'm like, I literally feel like a baby that got put down for a nap and that I woke up from a nap and I'm like, what's up, motherfuckers? Let's party. You know what I mean? Like I'm a toddler. I'm ready to play. And in the scheme of things, I'm 26. I'm low-key a toddler. I kind of know better. You know, like I feel like you're like a little infant when you turn 18, like an adult infant. And then get a little older and you get a little wiser. I'm like a year into my brain being developed. And I feel like there's so much room to play and I have so much more hope for that again because I truly, oh my God, I was so tired and it felt like for no reason. I was just tie. So far for the CPAP, it's uncomfortable, but it's like I'll get comfortable with it. I know I will at one point. I believe I will. And if I can like live a normal life again, that'd be so sick. And then on another note, when I stepped on my scale today, I normally rest in between 138 and 141 or 142. So I've lost a little bit of weight, but it's coming off slowly. And I can just take that as a blessing because my skin can unstretch, you know? Which is good because I know that I have like 50 pounds to lose that I'd like to let go of. We're gonna speak in loving terms. So I have like 50 pounds that I'd like to let go of so that I can be like a little princess fluttering around, comfortable in my body, because that's mainly what this is about. And I've gotten down like, I don't even know, 10 maybe a little more. Today I got on the scale and it said 135. And I know there's water weight involved, but 35 is not normally something that goes on my scale. Normally it's no lower than 138. So we are taking that as a win. And is it placebo? I don't know, man. I don't care if it is. It's working for me. You know what I mean? That's all that matters is what works for you. I've been talking to ChatGPT about when I should start to feel effects. Said within a few days to a few weeks. I was like, oh, okay, I need. Yeah, I've never been so excited to sleep in my life. It's definitely weird, you know, to have something hooked up to your face. It's not cute. But at the end of all of the days, the mental health, the physical health that will come from it, I'm really looking forward to. Because the hard thing is, like, with sleep apnea, your body is in high cortisol all the time. So it kind of doesn't, it's like, it does matter what I'm doing, like, emotionally, and like to do the work outside when I'm awake, when I'm awake, like I could be doing like the breathing exercises, I can go to yoga, but it's like when I go to yoga and I want to do these breathing exercises, I literally can't get through the yoga class. Can you believe that? And I used to really like to do like high stress workouts. Like I used to really love to do that. No, now I'm just like so tired, and the calming effect of a yoga class, dude, it gets me. And I'm like, I'm ready for Shavasana like 10 minutes into the thing. So it's hard because even the things that I'm doing to lower my cortisol during the day are kind of being counteracted by this high cortisol during the night. Because my body's like, don't die! Don't die on me, bitch! So that's kind of where I'm at right now, and I'm pretty excited about it. When I got the diagnosis, I was like, oh my god, yay! And I know it seems kind of backwards because I was like, why would you want that? But it's also like, I needed some answers. Like I did all these tests to see like, do I have thyroid issues? Because I have that in my family too. And like, am I just, you know, the thoughts go like, am I just overeating? Do I have something going on with my eating? Am I missing something? Is there, like, what am I missing? Because this is like, it was a lot of weight. It's a lot, and it carries me out, and it's embarrassing because I'm 26 and my fucking feet hurt when I get up in the morning. And I don't want them to hurt. And I've come away from the embarrassment because at the end of the day, there is nothing to be embarrassed about. Your body is your body, and it's your journey, and it's beautiful no matter what. But there's definitely more comfortable places that I have been in my body, phases. And so that comparison was hard for me. And when I found out, yeah, dude, you have sleep apnea, and there's something you can do about it. Like, you do have to work your weight off. You do have to eat better and like more intentionally. And you do have to work out and move your body. But nothing will really change until you're sleeping, because you are literally so high on stress in the night that your body's like, yeah. So I'll make another video like next week when I'm a little bit farther into the journey, see how I'm feeling, see what it feels like to wear that bad boy. It's not too uncomfortable so far. I was pretty impressed. Was not sure about it because it's kind of a big deal to wear something on your face, especially all night. And I'm luckily not very claustrophobic. Sorry. I'm luckily not very claustrophobic, so it's like not that big of a deal for me. But I have the tube sticking out the top of my head, and that's weird. So it'll take a little getting used to, you know? But I'm like looking outside, I feel like my mood is heightened. I feel like my life is turning around. I feel like this is like a pivotal point for me to be able to like grow. And last night I was just being dorky. I went with my sister and I was like, hey, do you want to go get a beer? Because we've never really done that. And I just had the yearning to do it, and I never do it. And my sister is almost 22, and so like I was like, yeah, like we haven't done that yet, but I think it would be fun. And we could just grab a bite to eat and just have a little beer or just have a soda or whatever, just whatever feels good. Just go do it together. So we meet up, and it was so nice to do that. And it was like following like that inner voice. And I feel like with better mood, I'm able to like follow through with that and do it. And I've forgotten what the point of that story was because I had one. I just feel like I'm like reawakened to the world and I am ready to live life again. And like my life is back. And it's insane because I don't know, I literally felt too tired to do anything. I felt too tired to go to the gym. I felt too tired to go out with friends. I felt too tired to show up. I felt too tired to drive sometimes. And being able to be in the process of working back to like sleeping good and like having the energy to live life is beyond exciting. I didn't even want to make videos anymore, and I love to make videos. I didn't have the energy to expel to be like, hey guys, what's going on? I didn't feel like that, and I swear to God, I feel like that again. I feel motivated and I feel like there's a little bit of fuel to give my passion, and I just am really, really excited. So I'll leave you with that, and I'll be back next week to talk about how things are going.